got to be something about one of those bands that you didn't appreciate or that could be improved on. But people didn't, for the most part, didn't mention anything negative. It was all, well, I liked this and I liked this, and I don't know if that's just, you know, if it's fear that, wow, they might find out and then not like me or something like that. But you know, by the same token, I don't think that you should just set out to slag people to get attention like I think some critics do. You know, that's their claim to fame, is that they put everything down. But I think that you need to have an opinion. And maybe that takes time for writers, but you know, you can't do it until you write.
That's true. That's true. Well, you brought some tapes with you of stuff that we don't have. One of them was a new Soul Merchants thing that is, what did you say, it's going to be released soon?
Right, they'll be releasing a cassette probably within the next month, I believe, and they're also going to do an EP from some of the material on this. They haven't chosen the songs yet, but this will be their second release. And the Soul Merchants, you know, they've been around for a little more than a year now, but I think that they're an example of one of the most important things that bands need to look at. Yeah, they're also on the cover of Nada this time. Right. They earned it, honest. Is that they work really hard. You know, there's a whole business end to music that a lot of people don't seem to pay any attention to. It's, you know, like, well, we're talented, but nobody pays any attention to us. Well, people aren't going to come to you for the most part. You know, if people think that way, then they're going to be very frustrated. You've got to promote yourself. The Soul Merchants have done that. They've also got the talent and the professionalism and the experience to go with it. But if you want to get recognized, people have to do tapes. You've got to distribute them. You've got to set your own tours. You know, that's what you have to do to get recognized. I think, you know, that's not only locally is that true, but in the whole trend of everything that I've seen happening in music for a long time. Husker Du just got a $25,000 contract, or not $250,000. That's is that $25,000? Yeah, $250,000. Anyway, they got a $250,000 contract with Warner Records, and that's the first hardcore band to do anything like that. But for 7 years, those people put out tapes and records on their own, and with SST, I believe, and toured. I mean, how many times have they been in Boulder in the past few years? But they did it. They believed enough in themselves that they went out and did it themselves. I think that's really big. The Soul Merchants are doing that, and I think, you know, I would like to see them get out of Denver.
Yeah. That's a scary thing for bands, I think, because you know, there's always this unspoken thing that if you promote yourself and you go and you want to sign a record contract and stuff, then you're selling out, or you're not a real artist. You know, and I don't know. I found that true, that a lot of bands don't promote themselves just because it's like, oh, there's this pressure from other people that, you know, you can't do that. You got to be cool. You got to lay back.
Yeah. Well, then how do people get to hear you?
Exactly.
You know, you've got to. If that's what you want, unless it's, you know, the comparison for a writer would be you write articles and then you put them in your filing cabinet, and then I don't know who you reach in the filing cabinet, but it's the same thing for bands.
Yeah. Well, we have this tape in the cassette machine. Why don't we play a song? We'll see what happens here.
Okay.
All right. This is off cassette that RX brought in of the Soul Merchants, something that they're going to be releasing pretty soon.